This is the thing that's been keeping me busy these past few months. This is why I haven't been making so many videos. This is why I quit making videos for 4 months 2 years ago. I did it. I made a movie that's showing in theaters, particularly Marcus theaters all across Wisconsin, starting October 17th, and a VIP premiere on October 15th, this Wednesday in Waukesha, Wisconsin. I'm going to be at that premiere. 3 Green Bay Packers are going to be at that premiere. A portion of the proceeds will benefit the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee. There's a cloud, a circle, comma, 4, 2, the. I'm doing another Q&A here the next night, another Q&A here the next night, and another Q&A here the next night in Madison. Right where I live. I'd love to see you at some of these upcoming screenings if you are in the area. The VIP premiere is going to be very fun. China's going to be there. My parents are going to be there. My sister's going to be there. As I said, Packers are going to be there. Other people who are part of this film are going to be there. I may even try to dress up. But let's take it back. What is this movie? Why is this happening? So I have this friend. His name's Time Horse. His production company, Time Horse, produced the movie. Get it? Time Horse? Time Horse? I've known him for like 20 years. My band, Driftless Pony Club, used to go to Minnesota to play with other friend bands. He was a part of that group. He actually started a record label for Minnesota bands. And then he ventured out and became a very successful businessman who these days goes to Japan every couple months. And on one trip to Japan, he came across the Japanese Green Bay Packer cheering team, a group of super Green Bay Packer fans. He thought it was wild because he grew up in Wisconsin. He's like, why is this happening? He learned more about them. They meet on a regular basis at a karaoke bar in Tokyo and just watch their favorite Packer games of the previous season, or if it's during the season, they might watch live at like 2 in the morning. And he and a couple of his friends thought, whoa, we need to fly them to a Green Bay Packer game. And so they did. And he thought, I'm going to make a documentary about it. So he hired a couple of my friends, Matt and Sam, who shot that whole adventure. And then some time went by and nothing was happening with the documentary. And he asked me, hey, you want to make this into a documentary? And I was like, no, I've always been interested in this project, but I'm too busy. And he's like, but please? And I'm like, no. And he's like, but really, pretty please? And I'm like, no. And he's like, I'll fly you to Japan. I'm like, yes! Still, I probably can't do it. But I did say yes. I flew to Japan. I met them. It was wild to see such incredible fandom of the Green Bay a place that I grew up. And they live on the other side of the world. I interviewed a bunch of them, got a lot of footage. Also, Japan is amazing. I did karaoke with Ty and his friend and business partner Suzuki in this awesome room where we had drinks and food, and our feet were in water below the table. Too late. My time has come. Send shivers down my spine. His friend took us to a Milwaukee bar in Tokyo, a bar that just mimics bars in Milwaukee for some reason. They took me to a really fancy sushi place. It was the best food I ever had. It was so good I cried.
Greg, how often does sushi make you cry?
Never.
Wow. This the first time you cried over sushi?
First time I've cried over food. Sushi is my favorite food, and this was the best example I'd ever had. And watching him make it and with such intention and passion, just, I don't know, it hit me. To see someone care so much about the thing they were making. I learned about 7-Elevens in Japan. Apparently, Japanese people love 7-Eleven so much, they bought it. They own 7-Eleven, and it's like on every corner across Japan that I've seen. We got these little pancakes at that 7-Eleven. Oh my God, they were just like a stack of pancakes that you just unwrap, and there was syrup in it, and you just eat it. Or bao. You could get bao at the counter, not bao. The food, bao. You could get it at the counter instead of, greasy hot dogs or whatever you get at 7-Eleven in America. Hot coffee from a hot shelf in a can, or a cocktail, a Japanese highball in a can that you could just take and drink wherever. Vending machines where you could also get the same thing all over the place. There were several times we were walking down the street in Japan and there was cars approaching behind us. And the people I was walking with, unfazed. I'm like, guys, we should get out of the way. And they're like, no, they just kept walking because they just prioritized pedestrians there. There was one morning I got up early to run and I felt so out of place running down the street. It was full of Japanese people in full business suits walking everywhere, completely silent. It was the quietest city I've ever seen, just walking to their work while I'm in my jogging outfit running past them. I felt like I shouldn't be doing that, but no one seemed to care. We went to an onsen, which was a spa in the mountains, natural spring. Incredible. Rode the bullet train to Nagoya to interview some more Japanese Packer fans. It was like a 2-hour train trip. Yeah, they do trains way better there, obviously. One of the greatest trips of my life. I remember it very vividly, like it was yesterday. And it was like 7 years ago now. So yeah, that's how long it's been taking me to do the documentary. I got all the footage, got back home, slowly organized it all into various themed timelines and tried to figure out what this documentary was going to be. It took me a long time because I was making YouTube videos. I wasn't only working on this documentary, and I just I had various versions going on and just trying to figure out how do I make this a full documentary. And eventually I figured out what I think the movie is about. Yes, it's about the Green Bay Packers and it's about Japan, but I had to zero in on what I really thought it was. And what I think it is it's about how anyone from anywhere can come together around a shared passion. We're not all that different no matter where we're from. It's about the coming together around the thing. There's a part in the movie where Ty first meets the Japanese Packer cheering team. He doesn't speak Japanese, they don't speak English. They communicate by naming Green Bay Packers. They just go back and forth. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Amon Green, John Kuhn, and stuff like that. So I basically tried to infuse that idea of coming together, even from the other side of the world, at every part of the movie. And I tried to make it for anyone. It goes into the history of the Packers in case you don't know who they are or care, and shows you what makes them special. There are several unique things about the Packers. Of course, everyone has their own teams or don't care about football at all. They're the only professional sports team, I believe, that are publicly owned. They're owned by the town. 250,000 people who own the team. They have shares in the team. They've been around since before the NFL existed. They've been around since the early days of football. There's a storied history there of a team that struggled to stay alive, to be able to fund itself since the 19-teens. Green Bay is 100,000 people. The stadium is 60,000 people, and it's full all the time. It's a small town, and it's a cold town, and it's an outdoor stadium. Somehow it persists. There's a lot of special things about it, and it's pretty much the polar opposite of a place like Tokyo, one of the largest cities in the world. And so I decided I wanted to tell the story of the two places coming together around a shared passion, but also make it feel kind of like a road movie. You follow the journey, try to balance those two things throughout. And I think I did it, and I'm very proud of it. But once I did figure that out, then I had to get it done. I quit making YouTube videos for 4 months. I sat down and I told myself, okay, here's the final timeline of the movie. Every day, I'm going to add 2 minutes to the timeline, no matter what. Sometimes I'd keep going and it'd be up to like 5 minutes. Just baby steps. I pieced the whole thing together. We sat on it for a little while, tried to get it into film festivals. We got it into a couple film festivals. We got it into the Wisconsin Film Festival. It showed earlier this year at the Barrymore Theater. Big, I think it was like 700 people there. This is way beyond what I expected for this documentary. I thought we'd show it to friends, and then it would just be a thing that I made. But the room that watched, they didn't watch The Room, they watched my movie. In the room at the Barrymore, it was electric. People laughed at all the right places. I could feel the energy in the room. It was one of the best nights of my life. It felt like I was doing my job. I'm getting emotional just talking about it right now. Afterwards, people came up and talked to me about how much they loved it. I didn't expect it. It was incredible. And because of the film festival, I met a guy named Sean Hanish, who, along with his production company, made the movie Just a Bit Outside, a Milwaukee Brewer documentary that was also showing at the film festival. But the previous year, they had shown it at Marcus Theaters across Wisconsin, and it lives on the Roku channel right now, Just a Bit Outside. You can watch it right now if you have the Roku channel. It's about the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers. It's great. I loved it. He told me, I think we can do the same thing with your movie. His production company, Cannonball Productions, him along with a guy named Paul, a guy named Derek, some other people who all helped getting professional color correction, getting a score for the movie. It's got its own score. A guy named James T. Sale made it. And it's great. Sound design, getting it ready for 5.1 sound for a movie theater. Did some re-edits, made it even better, and got Marcus Theaters to agree to show it across Wisconsin. Thank you, Marcus Theaters. I've been watching movies in your theater since I was a kid. I saw Jurassic Park in a Marcus Theater. I saw Broken Arrow, the Christian Slater, John Travolta action film. John Woo? Anyone? I don't think it was a great movie necessarily, but I'm just trying to think of Con Air, Deep Impact, and Armageddon. Okay, Volcano and Dante's Peak. I think I saw Dante's Peak on video. I think I just saw Volcano in the theater. Pretty much every movie I saw in a Marcus Theater. And now I get to show my movie in Marcus Theaters. Incredible. So the past few months, we've been working on all that. The past month, we've been doing press. We've been going on radio stations and TV stations. I was on WPR with Ty. Podcast, we were on Cheesehead TV, just trying to promote this movie. I'm going through the actual process you go through to make a movie. It's just a Wisconsin scale, not a worldwide scale, but I'm doing it and I'm learning so much. So all this to say, I've been talking about making a movie for a while and I did it. This is a documentary. I also want to make a narrative, a fiction movie. Maybe I'll do that next. But for now, I've done it. I've made a movie that's going to show in theaters. To reiterate, October 15th, the VIP premiere. I'm going to be there. China's going to be there. My parents are going to be there. My sister's going to be there. Green Bay Packers are going to be there. Some of the Japanese people are going to be there. Ty's going to be there. Some of the other people that I've been talking about. That's in Waukesha, Wisconsin at the Majestic Marcus Theater. And the next night, October 16th, north of Milwaukee, Ty and I will be doing a Q&A at that theater. And then on October 17th, it opens across Wisconsin, a bunch of Marcus theaters, and also Gurnee, Illinois, Bears country, but just barely. On that night, we're going to be in Green Bay doing a Q&A. And then on the 18th, Saturday, we'll be doing a Q&A in Madison. I'd love to see anyone who's able at any of these screenings. And if you can't make it to those specific screenings and you live in Wisconsin, you can just go to one of the other Marcus theaters. I'll be there with you in here. And in here, if you post about it. We did it. That is all for now. I can't believe this is happening. It feels great. I want to recreate that feeling at the Barrymore at the Wisconsin Film Festival because that was one of the greatest feelings of my life. I'm just going to keep making things. Go Pack Go. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. And